Day 106. Psalms 56, 120, 140, 141, and 142. These psalms were not written in comfort. They were birthed in tension, betrayal, danger, and emotional exhaustion. If you've ever felt misunderstood, attacked, afraid, or alone, this is for you. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. David wrote this verse when he was captured by enemies. Not just threatened, captured. Fear and faith can exist at the same time. Many people believe faith means the absence of fear, but David shows us something deeper. He says, when I am afraid, not, if I am afraid. God does not require you to eliminate fear before coming to Him. He invites you to bring your fear with you. You can be anxious about your finances and still trust God. You can be uncertain about your future and still pray. You can feel overwhelmed and still believe faith is not the absence of fear. It is choosing God in the presence of it. God also notices what people ignore. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. This is a rare, intimate image. Not one tear is wasted. Not one silent struggle is overlooked. When no one sees your effort, when people misunderstand your pain, when your struggles feel invisible, God is not just aware. He is attentive. Your pain is not random. It is recorded, valued, and held. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. This psalm reflects the frustration of living among dishonest, hostile people. You can be surrounded by conflict and still choose peace. David describes living among people who twist words and provoke trouble. Your environment does not have to define your identity. You may work in a toxic environment. You may deal with difficult family members. You may face constant misunderstanding. Yet you can still say, I am for peace. Peace is not something you find, it's something you decide. God hears distress before solutions appear. In my distress I called to the Lord, and He answered me. Notice, David doesn't explain how God answered, just that He did. God's response is not always immediate relief, but it is always present help. Sometimes, the situation doesn't change immediately, the people don't change quickly, the tension remains. But something shifts inside you. Strength, clarity, endurance. That is also God's answer. Keep me, Lord, from the hands of the wicked. This psalm speaks about people who plan harm, both openly and secretly. Not all battles are visible. David talks about traps, schemes, and hidden dangers. Some of the biggest battles in your life are not physical, they are spiritual, emotional, and unseen. Manipulation, false accusations, jealousy, silent opposition. You may not always see it, but you can feel it. This psalm teaches us to pray not just for what we see, but for what we don't. God defends those who cannot defend themselves. I know that the Lord secures justice for the poor and upholds the cause of the needy. God takes personal responsibility for justice. When you are falsely accused, treated unfairly, or feel powerless, God is not neutral. He is actively working behind the scenes, even when you don't see it yet. Guarding your heart and words in difficult moments. Set a guard over my mouth, Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. This psalm is deeply personal. It's about self-control. Your greatest danger is not always external. It's internal. David doesn't just pray against enemies. He prays about his own behavior. In difficult moments, the wrong words can create bigger problems than the situation itself. One angry message can damage a relationship. One careless statement can destroy trust. One emotional reaction can create regret. So David asks God to guard his mouth. That's powerful. Correction is a form of protection. Let a righteous man strike me. That is a kindness. This is unusual. David welcomes correction. Not every discomfort is an attack. Some are assignments for growth. In life, honest feedback may feel painful. Correction may feel like rejection, but sometimes, it is God's way of keeping you on the right path. Finding God in loneliness and emotional exhaustion. No one cares for my soul. David writes this while hiding in a cave. He feels abandoned. You can be deeply spiritual and still feel lonely. David is a man after God's heart, yet he says, no one cares for me. Feeling alone does not mean you are spiritually weak. You may feel unsupported. You may feel forgotten. You may feel like no one understands. Even strong people have silent battles. God becomes your refuge when people fail you. You are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. When human support disappears, David shifts his focus. God is not just a last option, He is a sustaining presence. So when friends don't show up, family disappoints you, or support systems collapse, God doesn't replace people. He fills the gap they leave. Across these Psalms, one theme stands out. God meets you in real life, not perfect life. When you are afraid, trust grows when surrounded by conflict, peace is possible when attacked. Protection is active when tempted to react. Wisdom is available when alone. God is present. These are not loud dramatic lessons. They are quiet truths, steady reminders, gentle whispers. If you are seeking God today, remember this. You don't have to have everything together. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to be understood by everyone. Just keep showing up, honestly, consistently, sincerely. Because even in the quiet, God is listening, God is watching, and God is working.